Hi everyone, I am Melbourne and I will discuss service learning. And this will help us to understand or show how service learning can harness social action and the importance of it in teaching social studies subjects or courses. Today we cannot deny the importance and value of activities such as volunteerism, community service, or other events that can help students to further enhance their knowledge and skills to and or provide activities that can create impact to the community. But today, um, there are now Philippine universities or higher educational institutions like Silliman University and De La Salle University that are using another methodology in providing such purpose. And there are more and more institutions in the Philippines that are geared towards such the service learning. So before we further discuss what is service learning, um, let us let me first show you the content of the presentation. First is what is service learning. This is for us to understand and appreciate service learning, or also know the definition of service learning. The roots of service learning. This is to know where service learning derived. Basically, the history of service learning. Next is the experiential learning. This is for us to give a glimpse on the difference between service learning and experiential learning. Next, the what it is not. This is for us to understand service learning and decipher service learning and activities to other service-oriented school activities. And then, the type of activities under service learning. And then, also the benefits from service learning. Particularly its impact for all those who are into the service learning. Next, service learning and teaching social studies. For us to see the importance of service learning to social studies. And finally, the PARC Service Learning Model or the PARC. These will help us to produce a quality service learning should you will be inspired to use this method in teaching social studies. Now, let us show you the definition of a service learning provided by the National Community Service Act of 1990. According to this, service learning is a method that enhances what is taught in school by extending student learning beyond the classroom and into the community and helps foster a sense of caring for others. So, please don't forget to check on these words. Methodology enhances what is taught in school and extending student learning beyond the classroom where into the community. So that's the definition provided to us by the National Community Service Act of 1990. By the way, this is a law in the United States. Next, an instructional methodology that integrates community service with academic instruction as it focuses on critical, reflective thinking and civic responsibility. Again, here are the words that we need to check. Service learning as instructional methodology that integrates community service with academic instruction. This definition was provided to us by the American Association of Community College as cited in Robinson and Barnett 1996. After, now we are here to discuss the roots of service learning. Basically how service learning started and where it came from. According to Anderson, as cited in Billing, service learning has been a popular educational philosophy for a very long time. Its roots can be traced from the works of Jean Piaget to learning through discovery. This is where Piaget argued that learning takes place when students provided an opportunity to form and come up with new concepts and understanding based on the experience where they are engaged in. Also, service learning can also seen to the works of John Dewey's, particularly John Dewey's experiential learning. Later on the next slide, we will touch experiential learning and why service learning is anchored to this. So for the moment, Piaget and Dewey believe that learners are learn best when they are personally involved in their own learning and when the learning has a distinct purpose. Hence, at first glance, based from the definition, service learning is a form of experiential education. So what is experiential learning? We will discuss service learning according to ORD 2012. Service learning, experiential learning, this is people learn best when they are personally involved in the experience or simply learning by doing. This says that students will learn better if they are engaged in the activities. Knowledge has to be discovered by the individual if it is have any significant meaning to them. Students will learn better if they know the significant or the purpose of what they are doing. Lastly, learning is highest when they are free to set their own learning objectives and are able to actively pursue them with a given framework. This will let students to help themselves to learn more by using their own knowledge and capacity. Hence, it is best not to treat our students as a passive learner. As a teacher, we need to teach them to learn how to teach themselves. How? By using methodologies that help them to do so. Next, service learning is not. Before I showed you, we continue on these slides. Can you give me one activity that you think is a service learning? You now have one? Alright, we will check on that later before we end this slide. Okay. If you think volunteerism and community service is a service learning, no, it's not. According to Foucault, 1996, he explained that service learning is different from community service and volunteerism, since the primary purpose is to provide service to the recipient or project receiver, while for the students, they just to increase their awareness and deepen their interest and motivation for civic engagement. Basically, the emphasis on this activity is focused on the service and not on the learning. It is also different from internships, since the major purposes of the activity is for students to enhance their knowledge and skills and practice the theories they learn from the classroom. Lastly, service learning is not similar to field education, since this activity is an extracurricular is only an extracurricular activity, but this is not integrated in the curriculum. So service learning. In service learning, the student is being provided an opportunity to relate the experience from their subject, and afterwards, in their project activities or experience from the community. And after that, this will be credited to them, to their subject after an evaluation. Hence, service learning benefits both the students and the project receiver. Here, this is not a one-way. It should be part of the curriculum to be called as service learning. Now, let's go back to the question posed a while ago. Based on this, do you think your answer is a form of service learning? If your answer is correct, congratulations. But if you think you're wrong, don't worry. I'm also one of those who think that I'm already doing SL or service learning, but apparently it's not. And if you're able to check whether you are right or wrong in my question, then congratulations to both of you, because it means that we are learning. Now again, I would like to highlight that service learning is not the same as volunteerism, community service, internships, and field education. Service learning is different from other forms of experiential learning since in service learning, its goal is to serve both the needs of the receiver of the project and of the learning experience of the students. And this should be included in the curriculum. Now, we will see now what are the types of activities under service learning. There are several types of service learning activities. However, the most common are direct service. These activities are the one being performed directly in the area. Like, let's say, for example, teaching soap making to the nanays of barangay, or indirect service. These are projects that do not work directly with the people, but activities that will help the community, such as, for example, creating a database for barangay hall, or cleaning rivers, or something like that. Next, advocacy is an example of service learning activities that aim to create awareness or promote understanding about a specific issue. And research. Basically, it's finding or gathering and reporting information for public interest or for the benefit of the community. So, now, who benefits in service learning? Aside from the students and that were provided opportunities to learn and enhance their skills and knowledge, the project receiver or the community who is basically receiving the project. The other institution that benefits with the service learning are the teacher and the schools. Why? Because according to Salem, teachers also benefit with service learning since the activities can foster new synergy between students and teachers as teaching learning partners. Again, let us be reminded that our students here are not a passive learner, so they need a good teaching and learning partnership. And also, it can provide for teachers also. It can provide an avenue for research and community development. Yeah. While for the school, the service learning is an avenue to fulfill its service mission. The activities can create connections with the communities and can inspire to develop curriculum that is grounded in realities and social issues. Now, to help us connect service learning and social studies, let us again define first social studies. Service learning is an appropriate method to teach social studies. The primary purpose of the social studies, according to the NCSS, or the National Council for the Social Studies, the primary purpose of the social studies is to help young people develop the ability to make informed and reasoned decisions for the public good. In simple definition, social studies is the interdisciplinary integration of social science and humanities concepts for the purpose of practicing problem solving and decision making for developing citizenship skills on critical social issues. That is from Bartz and Sherman's 1967. And those mentioned are the aim or the purpose of the social studies that can basically achieve through service learning. One of the model in service learning is the PARC service learning model. This is steps to a successful service learning project provided by the San Diego Unified School District and Monetti 2030. The PARC model is a structured approach in implementing service learning programs. P is for the preparation. This is the phase where the service activities will be planned. In this stage, students, together with the teachers and other factors, will identify the problem, analyze it, and create plan that will help to address concerns or problems. And the other one is action. This is the service itself. This is where students participate in the service activity, while the reflection stage is the structured opportunity for students to critically think about their service and apply their learning in a broader academic, social, and personal context. While for the celebration, C's for the celebration is the opportunity to provide closure to the service activity by acknowledging the efforts made in the project, such as through school assemblies or forum or schools providing certificates for the learners, or joint celebration with service partners. So this is the service learning model, the PARC, the preparation, action, reflection, and celebration. Now, I want to end my presentation by quoting Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. As a teacher, we know what is the role and power of education to change the course of our life and of our society. And as a social studies teacher, we know how powerful education to change the world. We should use them well for us to help young people develop the ability to make informed and reasoned decisions for the public good. If we are active supporter of social actions or change, hence we can harness it well if we will build our curriculum toward service learning. Again, thank you and maraming